Hey there, welcome to another video of opening a box of Born of the Gods. This is Ancestral Recall. I'm your host, Eli Kaplan, and this is the box of Born of the Gods that we're going to be opening today. This is a special, usually this is a web series about the history of Magic, old sets, old experiences of the Pro Tour and Grand Prix, retrospectives, favorite decks of mine in the past since I've been playing for 20 years. And I've also done some coverage for Wizards, but today we're going to be focusing on the new. I've got a box, and we're just going to crack boosters, and I'm not going to spend any time looking at commons except for the last couple packs where I will be looking at them and trying to figure out what I would take pack one, pick one for a Born Theros draft. But let's just jump right into the boosters. Yeah, so I'm just going to focus on commons very briefly and the rares. My other video that I recorded that is live, as you see this, I spent time going blow by blow with all the uncommons and rares. And while I really enjoyed making that video, it was 45 minutes. You know, time is money. I appreciate your time, so I want to keep it quick and simple. So here is the first pack. I may be opening the boosters off camera, but you'll see me open them in real time. So, uncommons, we've got Stormcaller of Keranos, Eternity Snare, Mischief and Mayhem, and our rare Hunter's Prowess. Hey, that was the rare I opened first last night, too. Oh, boy. I hope we don't have another repeat. I mean, the mythics I got in that box were okay, but there are only 3 of them. All right. Oh, so here we've got uncommons. Shrike Harpy. Oh dear. Horrible spoilers. I recognize that card. Shrike Harpy, God Paper General, Eternity Snare, and okay, I'm happy with this box. Brimaz, King of Oreskos. I mean, just a broken 3-mana card. I really wish I had a foil copy so I could play it in EDH. Right now, my current mono-white EDH general is Elish Norn, although actually all of my EDH decks I only use foil Japanese generals because I'm picky like that. But yeah, this is a great way to start a box. Right. Next pack. Ghostblade Eidolon, Achrome Phalanx, Vortex Elemental, and Chromanticore. Yeah. I was reading on Star City today, Pat Chapin says that this might actually be a thing. I'm kind of skeptical, but, you know, it's still, in terms of flavor card, it's a really splashy card. I want to have this in my binder, put it in casual decks. I don't feel like this has a home in Maze's End decks. I play Maze's End on Moto in the casual room for fun, and I generally like realm removal spells. I don't like putting creatures in there unless they're Cerulean Gatekeepers or the O2s that let you search for gates. Yeah, so 2 mythics and 3 packs. I'm already happier than last night. We've got here Audunos River Trawler, Archetype of Imagination, Grave Robber Spider. By the way, that archetype is really awesome in foil. And we've got a Nessian Wiles Ravager. I mean, it's a promo card, not particularly valuable, but I mean, I'm sure it's fun to play. I would like to get this in some sealed deck if I had strong green. Moving ahead, we will always move ahead. We don't want to move backwards. All right, so we've got Kiora's Follower, pretty badass uncommon. Thunderous Might, Spiteful Returned, and Astral Cornucopia. Yeah, I really loved Everflowing Chalice. This is not quite as good, but you know, it's still perfectly playable. And moving ahead, let's see what we can open this. I mean, we already peaked with the Brimaz. Okay. Vanguard of Vermaz, Oracle's Insights, Archetype of Finality, Whims of the Fates. I opened one of these in my previous box, and yeah, I enjoy this card in Chaos EDH. It just is going to add unprecedented tension. I like cards where you're going to play it, and there's a good chance that you're going to have a fun story to tell people afterwards. And a foil Archetype of Aggression. Cool. At the end of this video, I will recap all the rares that I get, so you guys can see exactly, what's what. We can look at the whole thing in a holistic perspective, because I like perspective. Thunderbrute, Archetype of Courage, Fully Step Eidolon, and Guild. Yep. I bet the foil in this looks really awesome. 4 mana just to exile a guy. I mean, this card is... it deals with gods, and I guess it's probably playable in EDH, but this is kind of not that big a deal. Great flavor, though. And a foil Revoke Existence. I like that. Okay, picking aside the commons. Ornithark, yay! Love that guy in limited. Fastest rebuff, Everflame Eidolon, and a Temple of Malice. Ooh, pretty angry. I do like temples. The one I'm hoping to open 2 of is the white-blue one, but we'll see. All right, next pack. Oh, another foil. Gorgon's Head. Death Touch is awesome. Fastest rebuff. Acolyte's Reward. Another Chromaticor. Huh. Okay, so we hit 3 mythics already. Although 2 of them arguably subpar, but I think Patch. Oh, really? Another one? Yeah, I opened another box off camera last night, and I got one of these in that box. So it's a really nice looking foil. I really like the gilding on the head, as it were, on those horns. But I mean, this is the pre-release promo, so kind of a lousy foil rare. Alright, we've got Archetype of Endurance, Reap What Is Sown, Spiteful Returned, Fate's Unraveler, Underworld Dreams on the body, and the 3/4 body, which is reasonably statted. Yeah, that's a pretty decent card. There's no paints here, but, I'll take it. Okay, digging through for silver. Oracle's Insight. I really want to open this in the draft tonight. Ashiok's Adept. Archetype of Finality. Whims of the Fates again. And a foil Rise to the Challenge. I like this card in the core set. I mean, it's always important to win fights if you're playing red archetypes, so this is alright. Moving ahead to Sky Reaping. Again, be very careful when pronouncing the name of this card. Don't misread it. Tricarpy, Flare Step Eidolon, Hero of Lane the Tower. I mean, in limited, it might be the best 1-drop for heroic decks, but I don't like playing heroic. So there's that. Last one in the row. This is booster number 12. I pulled out my boosters out of the box so that it was nice and organized. Ashiok's Adept, Siren of the Phantom Coast, Searing Blood. Gosh, I really want to see the foil of this card. And Heroes Podium. I mean, do they stand on the podium after they win the fight? I don't think they fight on the podium. But I actually think this would be really cool in a green-white Captain Sisei EDH deck. So many different things you could do with that. Just play all the legends. Although Sisei, green and white, I mean, you have lots of options, but not as many as, well, you can't get everything you want. Just to keep track, I will keep my mythics up front and zing a shot so you guys can keep track. I really like opening mythics, so starting off with our next booster, we've got Springleaf Drum, Black Oak of Odenos, Siren of the Silent Song, and yes, I want to draft these tonight. I love blue-black. Oh, Kiara! Sweet! No complaints here. And that we've got a foil Acroan Conscriptor. I don't know how Kiora is going to do in long-term value, but the art is really, really awesome. I dig the Hokusai vibe on it. It's honestly, I wish there had been more of this in Zendikar. On the other hand, I was reading Blogatog, and Rosewater was saying that Tamiya was obviously from Kamigawa. They don't expect to go back to that setting anytime soon. So Tamiya was kind of a nod to the Kamigawa fans. Does that mean that Kiora is a nod to the Zendikar fans? I don't think so. I think we're going to see some kind of return to Zendikar. I personally didn't like Zendikar or World Wake Limited, but Rise of the Eldrazi, on the other hand, give me that battleship magic. Extremely tactical. You know, you're planning out your turns. You're planning out your turns 2 or 3 turns ahead. I love it. Back to this booster. By the way, just a note, this is unscripted, so I will just be riffing Black Oak, Vortex Elemental, Pinnacle of Rage, and Phoenix. Okay, I can dig a Phoenix. All right, we're doing better on Mythics, and we're only about a third of the box way through than my other box, so, you know, this is pretty awesome. Okay. Skipping past commons, as per usual. Pillar of War. If you were Yosemite Sam, I cannot do the late Mel Blanc. It's just not in me. I feel sad about it. I did Ulmer Fudd last video, but I can't do it here. Dawn to Dusk, Sanguimancy, Faded Intervention, and a foily Karametra's Favor. Pretty badass in terms of color fixing. You know, I really think that there is the potential for a 5-color draft deck out there. I don't want to be the guy pioneering it. That's not my particular thing. But, you know, the potential excites me. Skipping through uncommons. All right, Archetype of Endurance, Gorgon's Head, Nessian Demoloch, and Scourge of Skola Vale. Last video I did, I opened one of these. I kept confusing it for the 6/6 or 12/12 Hydra. I got confused with the two. This is not the one that's represented by the Hydra deck that people played on game day. The 6/6 one was. Put this over here. Let's keep our rares and mythics separated. Don't want them intermingling. We'll let them intermingle in 60-card decks. Not here. Jumping through commons. Another archetype. Acroan Conscriptor. Mischief and Mayhem. Ooh! Karamitra, God of the Harvests. This is the second unique god I have opened so far. I was reading Chapin today. He was not a fan of this guy. I know he tested with him. I definitely feel it is the worst of the gods, but still, it's nice to have. Bunch of mythics in this box. This makes me happy. Alright. Crisscross will make a jump to the uncommons. Peregrination. Okay. Archetype of Courage. We'll leave this Astronomer. Hero of Eroas. Making your auras cheaper. Yo, dog. I heard you like auras. So he put casting cost reduction and made this guy bigger with auras in play so that you could play it in a constructed format in Magic. Okay, I don't think that's quite going to scan. It's not going to hit the billboards, but whatever. All right, next pack. Kiara's Follower, Siren Song Lyre, Raised by Wolves, Eidolon of Countless Battles. Okay, that is something that Chapin was saying good things about today. I remain skeptical, but I do not consider myself a great prognosticator of constructed formats. That is not my bag. At some point, I will talk about some of the... I actually have made a few important things in the history of constructive Magic. If you remember Miracle Grow from Grand Prix Sendai in 2001, where Mike Long made a top 4 and really brought that deck to the main stage. I'll make a video about that someday. I have some interesting things to say about it. Sather Nicksmith, Unravel the Ether, Ragemonger. Yay! Temple of Enlightenments. The best temple. I am Azorius. That is the guild that I went with in Ravnica. Okay. Going to our uncommons. Thunderous Might. Eerie Worshippers. Popular in Jamaica. Lightning Volley. And Sather Fire Dancer. Oh, I want to show you guys that pack I opened with Russ, where I opened the foil one. So pretty! Yeah. I do gush over art, even though I do actually have a strong attachment to the old style, where things were more impressionistic. Archetype of Aggression, Drown in Sorrow, Ragemonger, Temple of Plenty, it's good and plenty, and the foil Noble Quarry. Wow, that is one really nice looking foil. Wow. You know, I think all of the Nyx style frames are just pretty. I really want to see a foil Chromanticore or a foil god from Born. I don't expect any of these boxes. You know, I don't have that high standards, but this is pretty awesome looking. I think this is pack 24. This is last one in my second pile. Thhar's Enlightenment, Pinnacle of Rage, Siren of the Silent Song, and Whelming Wave. You know, I feel like this box actually has been really awesome so far, so I am gonna just take that and say, it's alright, I'm not gonna fetch. Down to the last 12. Acron Phalanx, Forlorn Cinema, Bile Blight, and Plea for Guidance. Ugh. overpriced. I mean, yes, it is 2 demonic tutors for one type of card, but I mean, could they at least have made it an instance? It's just not worth it. Unless there's some giant mana ramp deck in the format, which, yeah, okay, that actually is possible with Nykthos. I mean, yeah, maybe there's a white combo deck out there. I don't see it right now, but you know, Airy Worshippers, Tricarpy, Fanatic of Xenagos, and Faded Infatuation. I believe the reference here is Dionysus, the guy who fell in love with his own image, who reminded me, one thing you can watch on Netflix, I really enjoyed it, Zoolander. I really enjoy this movie. My mom enjoys watching this movie with me. My dad and my brother, for some reason, just find it horrible. I mean, I may be a straight guy, but I'm confident enough I can watch people prancing around in silly clothes and not feel questioned in my preferences. All right. We've got a Thunderbrute, Vortex Elemental, Sunbond, and Silent Sentinel. Yuck. Okay, now this box is taking a bit of a turn for the worse, but I'll cut it some slack. I will definitely cut it some slack, since I've already opened so many nice mythics. All right, next pack. Oh. Necron Conscriptor, Vanguard of Vermaz, Everflame Eidolon, and a Forge Stoker Dragon. Yeah, again, not much value here. I mean, Dragon's a great card in Sealed and pretty good in Draft, but right now I'm just not. This is just being opened for you guys, and also I would like to open some cards for value. Some of the box opening videos I watch on YouTube say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give this stuff away." I mean, maybe these people have crazy sponsorships with stores. I mean, I do have a good working relationship with the people here at Redcap's Corner, but I mean, they're a great store, but I don't really do a lot of business in terms of marketing, so I don't really get great deals, but that's okay. But am I going to do giveaways with box openings in the future? Maybe. All right, Archetype of Aggression, Noble Quarry, Acolyte's Reward, and a Herald of Torment. This card, I mean, 3 mana for a 3/3 flyer, which has a potential card advantage upside. This is the price you want to be paying. It is reasonably statted, and the Jusum Jin downside, it's not that big deal, I feel. I really want to throw something with lifelink onto there. Moving aside lands. Pharaoh's Band Raiders, Ghostblade Eidolon, Raised by Wolves, Tromacratus. Yeah, this is kind of going south. So, all right. Now we're going to actually we've got 6 packs left. I am going to talk about which card I would pack one pick in draft. So I'm going to be getting into the nitty gritty. Probably not that with the Underworld. Sphinx's Disciple. I like this card more than most, but I certainly don't think it's first pick quality. War Chanter of Magus. No. Revoke Existence. Maybe. Scouring Sands. Absolutely not. Charging Badger. Are you joking? Elite Skirmisher. I don't like playing White Heroic, but I mean the guy is reasonably statted. Mortal's Resolve. It's a good trick, but I don't want to take it first. Asphyxiates. I do like removal, and I do like playing black. A Crone Skyguard. Probably better than the Skirmisher. Kraken of the Straits. I think it's too expensive. Sunbond. Not gonna play it. Almost certainly. Nexian Demolock. Maybe this is not that strong. And then we've got a Perplexing Chimera. I really like playing blue, and I think just the potential to throw opponents off their game plan by being able to steal their best spell is a really strong effect in limited. So yeah, I know they're going to be able to potentially take things back, but late game, I think this is probably the pick for me. I mean, the two cards, Revoke Existence, decent removal spell, but I mean, it won't always deal with the biggest problem creature. Sphinx's Disciple, 5 mana. I mean, yes, it does get you card advantage, but I think I'm going to go with the Chimera. Not a thrilling pack. Okay. Another pack one, pick one. Forget everything you just saw. All right, we've got Griffin Dreamfinder. No. Not going to take that first. Not Eye Gouge. Evanescent Intellect. Highly unlikely. Fearsome Temper. I mean, I think it's playable, but I'm not going to first pick it. Hold at Bay. No. Citizen Starbreaker. Absolutely. Well, this actually has some potential in various limited formats. Nyxborn Rollicker. No. Parametra's Favor. I don't think that's a first pick card. Stratus Walk. I mean, it does draw a card. It does mess around with opponent's math, but I don't know. Nyxborn Shieldmate. Probably not. Ferrisband Raiders. I mean, it does cost 6, but I do really like making 3/3 tokens, so I think that's a better card than the Starbreaker in green. Ornithark. Okay. Ornithark. I love Cloudgoat Ranger. I made jokes about last night. Ornithark definitely seems to be up there in this pack. God Favor General, not as good as the Ornithark, just doesn't have evasion. And our rare, Oracle of Bones. Guy who gets tribute, maybe you can get a free spell. I'm going to go with the Ornithark. I just love, I mean, 5 power flying for 5 mana. Any way you slice it, it's a really solid card. I definitely want to open these in a sealed deck. All right, new pack one, pick one. So, no. I mean, I will play these guys. I do think that bears are relevant in this format. Swordwise Centaur, you know, my buddy Russ, we were talking about this last night. This is a pretty solid card, but I just don't feel comfortable to start myself off with mono green. Not going to play that first, pick that first, not going to pick that first, not going to pick Intellect first, not going to pick Temper first. I mean, I do like 2/1 flyers for 1 mana with that Ember Beast drawback. I still, you know, this is great in aggro decks. It's not the type of deck I like to draft, but that's pretty solid. This guy, he is so far pretty exciting. World Resolve. I definitely want to play these in the green deck, but this still isn't quite my taste. Siren of the Fan Coast. This is something I would definitely think about. If I really like drafting Heroic, Glimpse the Sun God, that is a real card. Sangomancy, not going to first pick that. And another Oracle of the Bones. Yeah, it seems like the quality of this box is going downhill. But it's okay. The peaks were high enough. I don't mind the valleys. And we've got Foil Fellhide Brawler. Yeah, first pick here. I think blue is the most awesome color in this format, so I'm going to go with Siren of the Fan Coast. I'm a big believer, you know, when you're learning the format, play to the playstyle that you like best. And I like evasion decks. I like more controlling decks. New booster. Nyxborn Trident. I mean, it's a reasonable amount of beef for the cost. I think it's okay. This is, yeah, I'm not going to, doubtless, I really doubt I'm going to pick that first. Do not like 4/2s for 4 mana. I mean, it's a giant cockroach. I think this is mostly downside, not upside. Revoke Existence, that's pretty good. Nyxborn Wolf, very efficient. So I think for aggro decks, this might be something I consider. Intellect, probably not. Divination, I was shadowing a guy Thursday night, and they were doing a triple born draft, and he took this over the Siren, and he took this over the Strike Harpy. I thought that was a bad decision, but I mean, there's a lot of people who enjoy playing 3 or 4 divinations in the deck, and you only get one booster with them. Akron Skyguard, that's all right. Not going to pick this first. That's not very good for. That's not first pickable. Skyring is not first pickable. Lightning Volley. I mean, it's reach. We've got a good spot removal card. Bile will definitely take care of you in the early game. And we got what, another Perplexing Chimera? Yep. Okay. We're going with Bile here. Just it's a solid removal card. And I like that. And I like drafting black in Theros as a whole. All right, moving ahead. 2 more packs left. This is the second to last one. Retraction Helix. I really like this card. I want to interact with my opponents and throw them off their game. Nyxborn Eidolon, pretty efficient. It does a good job of doing what it does. Bolts of Keranos, strong card. I don't like it as much as Retraction Helix, but because this will deal with bigger problems. Mortal's Ardor. I think you want to play this in a number of decks, but I don't want to first pick it. Eye Gouge is up. Talked about. Nyxborn Trident. Not going to do it. Rollicker's lousy. Kermitra's Favor. I mean, it's got a roll, but Shieldmate. Okay. Sky Reaping again. Forlorn Sudamama. Sudama. I mean, Evasion, 4 mana with a huge upside when it untaps. So far, this is the pick for me. God Favored General, no. And this guy, 7 mana is too much. He does a lot, but still too much. Not gonna pay for that muffler. Yeah, so the pick here, Retraction Helix is nice to open. Some people who like red will want to take that bolt, but I'm going with the threat, Sudama. And our last pack of the box. You know, if there's something cool in this, that's nice. Let's see here. Nyxborn Eidolon. No, not going to first pick that. Bolts of Keranos. I mean, it's an option. Not this Ardor. Not Gouge. Not Trident. Centaur. I've already discussed. I can't get behind this card first. Favor. Yeah, not a lot of variety in these packs. I'm getting the same common runs again and again. All right, Reap What Is Sown. I mean, if you want to draft Heroic, Green-White Heroic, this card is so good. Wow. I might actually think about it. I told you guys I don't really like that deck, but maybe I should be like the guy who learned to love the bomb. Peregrination, Glimpse the Sun God. That's something to think about. And we've got Force Stoker Dragon. Yeah, so in draft, I really don't like red, but what do we have in this pack? We've got a removal spell. We've got something that will push me into Green-White Heroic, and we've got a really solid finisher because it's a falter effect. When you attack with this guy, you will be able to just make sure that your army gets through. I think I'm going with the rare here. Okay, welcome back. So just to recap the rares that we opened in this box. The artifacts, rares, nothing special here. When we look at our blue cards, the blue rares, nothing worth money here. A few fun cards, but, they're all pretty much bulk. In red, the only thing that's really worth money is that Satyr Fire Dancer. I think that card's going to go up over time. I have a friend at the Japan Hobbyist, Ryan. Shout out to him. I know he's working hard at trying to get that to work in Standard. Our black cards, You know, Pain Seer is missing here, but you know, the black cards all seem perfectly reasonable. Pat Chapin says that good things will happen with the Eidolon Countless Battles. I don't quite see it yet, but you know, that's the best of our white rares. We've got one of each temple, which I dig. The green cards, sorry, just dashing around. We've got the Ravager, which I think might be okay. You know, these rares are nothing to write home about, but oh man, look at them mythics. Phoenix, you know, now I have a playset of him. Karamitra, I mean, it's probably the worst of the gods, but a bad god is still a god. And Kiora, just fantastic. I hope that someone finds a great application for her in Standard. To Chromanticores, I don't think that that's seriously going to be an archetype, but it's definitely going to be fun to play in casual decks. And Bramaz. Yeah, Bramaz definitely makes me happy that this box got picked. So, alright, I hope you guys enjoyed me going through that box. I did not spend such a long time, but I do want to just give you guys a quick overview of what it's like. I'm really happy with this box, much happier than the other one I opened. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please like it. Go back and I really hope that you can subscribe. I've got some good traffic already in just like the couple hours that I uploaded the first box video, but you know, if you want to learn about older sets, things like the Dark, things about Invasion Block, Tempest Block, you can go back, it's all there. Coming up soon, we're going to go into Odyssey Block, dealing with one of the most card advantage heavy formats that there are. So anyway, thank you guys so much. This is Eli Kaplan for Ancestral Recall, signing off. Good games, and good luck.